everybody, and welcome back to Memoirs and Some, the podcast. It's your girl, Myia Dominique, and I got my boo, my baby, Sister Womb. It's my girl. No, for real, y'all. Like, I'm not trying to offend nobody because I don't, like I said, I don't want no fucking text messages about no bullshit. But for real, like, rock solid. Since we was kids, like, we 10 months apart, and it's always been us. Like, we grew up like that. Like, we grew up like sisters. Our parents made us kind of grow up like that. So it made us even more closer. And I'm still the same way. If you say something to her, I'm going to act a fool. Just, I've been like that.
No matter
she didn't never have to fucking fight. Because what? They be like, your little sister crazy as hell. And is. But I calm down. I feel I calm down, right? Mm-hmm. She lying. You can introduce yourself.
I mean,
talk about enough. What does that even mean?
It's like you calm down and I calmed up. Like, it's something wrong with me now.
She turned up. We gonna get to all that. That don't got nothing to do with the cost of tea. What's up? Who are you? What's up?
Man, I am Bria. I am a certified lash technician, full-blown cosmetologist. My business is called Bougie Blinks. We are full operative on weekends, and I will take some after 5 appointments Monday through Friday.
Period.
And I used to be outgoing. I'm kind of a little introverted now, but I'm be outgoing today for y'all. But
that'll work.
So we can just go ahead and get started.
Okay. So today, y'all, we get into the topic. Y'all know I love my topics. We getting into the topic of losing a child. Now, it is a little bit more serious. We on a more serious note, but me and her play, so it doesn't even matter. But I asked her to come on and do this topic because she got a story, like for real, and to be so open about where she is in life with it. You know, I've watched her grow up. I know that sounds crazy because I'm younger, but I have. You know, you watch your friends, your family members grow up and they switch their friendships, they switch their relationships. You watch them grow. And to see her at a mature and very open and vulnerable place now it's a good thing. So, bless you. Bless you. So, so a lot of people don't know. I lost a baby.
Oh
God
my
bless
God.
you. God don't want her to be great today, y'all. It's okay. Don't do that. Don't be hating.
Word. What I'm allergic to here.
A lot of people don't know I lost a baby. I didn't really tell anybody. It was kind of one of those situations where I kind of went through it and went through it and went on. You know, kind of went about my business. Very few people know. I don't even think she knew. That's probably why she looked at me crazy.
No, I know.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I want to say I told you. Mm-hmm. In my last relationship, I lost a child. And it's not easy. It's not easy to feel like, even though there's so many people around you, you still feel so alone. Nobody is going through them contractions with you. Nobody is going through those pains with you. Nobody is being able, when you go to the bathroom and you have to see what you see. I'm not going to be vulgar with the imaging, but see what you see. Nobody dealing with that with you. You, that is one thing you go through, and only you can go through and get you through it. There are things that can help you get through, but only you can really push yourself and go through that. I mean, it's up to you. You tell your story.
So, I have had, 5 losses.
Shit. Where the hell I been?
Yeah, 5.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about. Go ahead. Never mind.
I have had a first trimester miscarriage, when I was 21 years old. That was my very first pregnancy. And that one was, I was alone. Because me and that child's father were not seeing eye to eye. So I had to deal with that by myself. And that was also the same year my grandmother died. And so
it was a lot.
It was a ton.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the worst year of my life.
Okay.
Because it just, like, I never experienced that pain, and I dealt with it for a while.
Yeah.
And then I got with my current partner, like, and from 2016 until 2020/2021, I had not been pregnant until I met my fiance.
Aww.
And I've been pregnant 3 times.
Back to back. Back to back.
I have not went a full 6 to 8 months.
She ain't had no summers.
None.
I'll
take that back. Summer 2021, I was out here. Cause
that shit don't count. It was COVID. Fuck about here.
Anyway, why you being a hater? I don't like that. I don't never like no hater. But then I met him and I had an ectopic pregnancy.
Explain it for those who don't know.
Okay. An ectopic pregnancy, my baby was in my left fallopian tube and my ovary. Which is an ectopic pregnancy is anytime your baby is implanted outside of your uterus where you cannot continue with the pregnancy. And so I had to terminate. And that was something else. And then 8 months later, I conceived a set of twin boys.
Aww, stinkies.
My Dayton and Demir. I carried them up until 20 weeks, and I thought that was a completely normal pregnancy until it wasn't. So basically, at 19 weeks, my water broke, which is not supposed to happen up until 37.
Yeah.
Until it's time.
Right. Very early.
I ended up carrying that pregnancy for a whole week, which they told me, when my water broke, they told me to abort my children. But at that point, they whole ass babies, like they had all their legs and they
all their limbs. And that's a lot to, emotionally.
Exactly. You not gonna tell me
to kill these two forming children.
And they both had heartbeats. And then
live forming children.
Exactly. And then Dayton had, his water bag was ruptured, but Demir still had a completely functioning water bag. There was nothing wrong with him. And so you're telling me to abort both of my babies because one has a ruptured bag when, like, honestly, they both could survive this, but if nothing else, at least we gonna try.
Make an effort, and I love that. So I did come on here and say I love to see her in this place. So before I let her go on before we get into like for real questions about both pregnancies and similarities and differences, Bria is very quiet. She's always been like that. Like, I'm not playing. Like, y'all know I laugh, I joke, I TikTok. Like, for real, she quiet. I was that friend who had her ass outside. Like, you want to go here? She like, well, where is it at? And who's going to be there? Man, is we going to what?
The mom friend. That's what you can call
it. The mom friend. That's the perfect fucking term. Mom friend. But when I say, like, she came in handy so much in growth and maturity when it came to... So she my son godmama. She one of my kids' godmama. I'm going to let y'all guess which kid. But...
Guess which kid? The grown one.
She been around when I say... Man, that's Fuck asses, man. Mouse ass old.
Pass the Skinner, don't ever
Man, Uncle Skinner, Uncle Mouse. Cause man, my boy now that's an introvert. Don't come in his room with all that damn noise. Don't fuck up his shit. He has a whole attitude. Like, my baby is crazy. But seriously, I say that to say, to see her in this place and to be so open and honest and even just able to get on here and share, like, this shit public. You know, people gonna see it. So that's a lot, you know, to get on here. And I had to say it like, tell your business, but tell your business. Because that's, you know, that is your own personal experience. And it's so intimate. Losing a kid, mine happened so fast. It was crazy. So she kind of told y'all hers. I didn't have an ectopic pregnancy or any of that. My baby just didn't make it. I don't know if it was stress, and I personally just believe it wasn't time.
Yeah, they like to call them chromosomal abnormalities.
And that's exactly
the first trimester miscarriage.
Yeah, that's exactly the verbiage that they use, actually. But I was high risk for a couple of reasons. My weight had kind of got crazy. I had some stress going on. Not bad stress, just a lot going on. You know, and sometimes just when you got a lot going on, it's stressful. Mm-hmm. And then I also, you know, a lot of things was new in my life. Like, a lot of things had changed, and it happened so quickly with me getting pregnant. And then coming home and whatever, you know, I don't know why God do this with me. I thank you. Whenever something bad gonna happen, my whole day already be starting like that. Like, my life be preparing for it. I don't know why. But that whole day I was feeling funny. Like, from the time I went to sleep to that morning, I felt crazy. I'm an early bird, so it happened. So when I got up at 4, I went to the bathroom and, you know, I saw what I saw. I wasn't stupid. I'm a nurse. So I know what the hell in the toilet. So, of course, at first you panic. You know, I'm in my first trimester. I wasn't even, I want to say I was 12 weeks, approaching 13 weeks. So I think I wasn't at 13 yet. I was 12 in a couple of days. Can't remember the exact day. And I just remember feeling like, wow, I never experienced this. And I said to myself, I thought I wouldn't. Has nothing to do with your body per se. No woman can control that. Like,
1 in 4.
Huh?
1 in 4.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's very often, clearly.
4 women.
Okay, bitch, with the fucking statistics. Don't play. Let me take a sip to that. No, seriously. So it was rough. You know, and like I said, I never felt so alone. It was a house full of people. Like, I called my mama. It's 50 people at my house. So to feel like out of all 50 of these people, and I'm being dramatic with 50, but I'm not with maybe like 15, 20. And to feel like out of 20 people, my mama included, and to feel like I don't know what I'm going to do or how to get through this, you know, or how to feel. Emotionally, I think I cried for a couple of hours, and then I kind of just was like, what the hell just happened? Mm-hmm. You know, I went to the doctor, of course. Went to the doctor the next day.
You went to the next day?
My doctor told me to wait till the next day because, so my doctor knew I wasn't going to carry this baby because of a numerous of reasons. So when I first found out I was pregnant, it was weird. I don't know if it was the brands of the pregnancy test or it was just, I don't know. The first test was positive. The second test was negative. Third test was positive. And then when I went to the doctor, the blood test was positive. So that's what we do for sure. Like, okay.
So was your HCG not rising the way that it was supposed to?
Absolutely. Come on, girl. Not you been in the doctor's office too damn much.
I learned all that during my ectopic because my HCG was not rising the way it was supposed to. They couldn't find the baby on the ultrasound.
I was just finna say.
That was the inkling, like it wasn't adding up.
Math.
I had my last period 7 weeks ago while we not seeing this baby.
Mm-hmm.
And while your HCG only like 500 when it should be 10,000, hold on. So, I'd have been through a whole bunch of damn near everything when it comes to pregnancy. Yes, I know.
So it was just a lot, you know, and so I went in. She ensured that I didn't have anything left.
So did they ever find a baby in your ultrasound?
No, I had been going to the doctor, but she had already told me. I was confirmed pregnant, had ultrasounds, had everything. Right, everything was good. But she told me because of it had something to do with my hormones. I can give you that paper actually. Yep. That she didn't think I would carry. She told me that coming into the door. And a lot of it had to do with birth control. If I'm being very honest, I had the implant for 6 years. I've been off of it 3 years now. I've been on the implant. I was on it because my baby finna be dying. Mario's about to be dying. And I've had it since Mario.
So you got right off of it. You got pregnant down there right.
They're right off of it, yeah.
Because I know it's been a while since that pregnancy.
Oh yeah, it like damn near like literally, I think maybe 2 or 3 weeks. If I'm not even being, it was so fast. That's why I said life was happening, and I looked up, and the only reason I took it was because I would never throw up Chipotle. I never in my life throw up Chipotle. Oh, some shit ain't right. Now with my Cool Ranch and my Doritos, I get active. When I threw that up, I knew it was something wrong. That's what made me go take a test. And I wasn't trying to. Wasn't no protection. Yeah. So
you weren't trying to. You weren't trying not to.
There you go.
I know. That's been my life. That's what I do. Yeah, like look at me like fertile myrtle.
Not fertile myrtle. So I mean, how do you feel like emotionally losing a child has affected you?
I went through postpartum depression after
the twins. Yeah,
I went through it really bad because it was something traumatic that I had never expected to, you know, I've had a first trimester miscarriage, but that's totally different than having to actually give birth to your children and have to hold your little baby. Like, that's something that I would have.
So I mean, feel free to tell me, I'm not telling you that, but did you have to like have a full blown labor?
Yes, 2 of them.
Yeah, that shit, wow. 2 of them. They lost their shit with that one. 2 of them.
I had Dayton with no drugs, because they were trying to tell me that I wasn't in labor. They're like, oh, you're not in labor, your stomach's not tightening, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there, you know.
What fuck time out?
Black women in the hospital, baby.
Flag on the fucking plate. What dumbass nurse, and I don't give a fuck.
It was a doctor, not a nurse.
Even worse, what dumbass doctor told you because your stomach is not tightening that means you're not in labor?
She said I wasn't having contraction. That's what she told me. Because she didn't feel it. Told me I wasn't having contraction. And then she was like,
well, you pay all that motherfucking money for a medical degree.
But let me check you.
And not let me check you and you was in active labor.
But now my baby head was frowning.
Active active labor.
My baby head was round and my baby was coming right on out, and they said, I went like, come again. So now at this point it's way too late for any drugs. It's almost over at this point. Now she's telling me to push.
Oh, child.
And then they clipped his umbilical cord, left it his placenta inside, and then that was their way of delayed integral delivery.
I get that. I do get that. I've heard of that before. I don't know. Okay.
But that led to my other son's demise.
I was about to say, I don't know how much it works.
It's not effective because
what happened? The percentile on that shit. I never thought about it until now, but now I want to know.
They didn't. I asked them to take the placenta and stitch me, but they refused to do that. And
I don't think they can.
They can. They just. It's research, but aren't you doctors? Ain't your job to research? Like they're saying that it was practice. That's what they said. It's basically it's not enough research on it.
For them to do it. But
it also was a lot of research on what they did.
So the fuck was it? It's not. And I know that for a fact because in our medical books, I remember that vividly because I want to work with women and children. I've been maternity pediatric specialized. And what that means is, so what she's saying is, she wanted them to go in and take the placenta from a child that was
deceased,
already born. We ain't gonna say deceased yet.
He was stillborn, so he died before we were born.
What?
He was stillborn.
My bad. What?
Yeah, Dayton was stillborn and Demir was born alive. He lived for 50 minutes.
So David was first or second?
He was first.
Right, okay.
He was the one with the broken water bag. And he ended up dying from his cord prolapse. Because his cord prolapsed and it ended up strangling him. I kind of knew when my baby was dying because it was like, by the time I got to the hospital, he still had a heartbeat, but it was so fast.
Like he had been already traumatized and he was struggling. Yeah.
He was struggling. And
yeah. I'm so sorry to hear that. So I hate to say it like I didn't know that, but I really didn't know in detail. You know, when stuff happens to people, and forgive me, I don't mean no harm to nobody, but you don't really know what the fuck to say. I'm good for saying, you okay? You need anything? Because sometimes you don't know, like you could say the wrong thing and really trigger somebody and take them to another place. I wasn't trying to do that to nobody. So I felt like the best thing I could just say is, I'm here and I love you. You know, so to hear like the details and to go into it, like by me being a nurse, it don't freak me out. Which is probably why my own didn't really freak me out. Like I'm not scared of blood, I'm not scared of none of that shit bothers me. So for me to hear like all of that, it's like, wow, you know, I never experienced it as a nurse. Not that I would like to, but it's just interesting, you know, to really hear. So okay, so Dayton was born first, and he was born deceased already. So get back to what we said. So Dayton was born first. So what she wanted them to do is pull Dayton's placenta, which they could have. And she's absolutely right in what she said. Research. So the way people or doctors and people who write up medical terminology and verbiage and all of these great medical billing codes or whatever the fuck you want to call it, they do research on a study. That is what it's called. When it is originally brought to the surface, it's a study. They do research on that study. They do different. What they supposed to do is test it on animals. A lot of places don't do that anymore.
Especially in other countries, they test on humans.
Exactly. They don't test on animals. They're supposed to test on animals. And when you test it, it's supposed to give, it's a certain percentage that is supposed to be like, oh, we've tested it so many times, and out of such and such, out of this, it's at 98% chance of survival rate. That's how it's supposed to go. And what she said is she told them to do another practice, which they very well could have, and pulled it and stitched her, so her other son, who was actually still alive and had a heartbeat, could have had
a full water bag.
Oh, he didn't have no water coming out either. No amniotic fluid.
Was completely intact.
So they didn't have to fuck with it at all. They left. We gonna get shut down, bitch. We can't say too much.
Right.
But yeah, we gonna talk.
So they didn't.
Wow.
They left that placenta in, and then they had the nerve to send me home the next day.
Yeah, I remember that because I was going off. I remember that. I asked you like, what?
Yeah, they sent me home. I was still pregnant with my last son, with an extra placenta and a baby.
So they didn't even stitch you with the placenta in either.
Yeah, they didn't stitch me out. They just kind of said they were gonna let nature take its course.
Oh, whoa! You got too much dip on your chip.
What the
fuck? Whoa! Okay.
Yeah, and so what nature ended up doing was because that placenta had nothing to do.
Yes, it had nothing to do, so it went knocking at the door.
That it didn't go knocking at the door. Actually, it abrupted. Placental abruption.
And sent you right into labor. That's true.
Right into labor.
Yep.
It was in pieces. They were literally in triage pulling pieces of placenta out of me. And basically my son had no other choice but to come at that point. And when my contractions got so close together, I just said, y'all go ahead and get me that epidural. Because I knew I was having another baby.
You was finna have another baby.
I knew that he was going to be born that day. Because I was losing way too much blood. Like, lost so much blood that by the time my baby was born, I was passed out. Blood pressure 80/40. By the time I came back to, my baby was already dead. I did not get a chance to hold him while he was alive.
It's terrible for bringing tears, baby. Shit. Okay.
And Demir looked like me.
Ew.
Jaden looked like his daddy, and Demir looked like me. It's so funny how they twins, but
They pull from
different sides.
yeah.
Like Demir actually looked like Lisa, to be honest. Lisa and Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan looks just like me too, and that is so interesting how that works out.
Cool, yeah.
It's definitely. But Lisa is one of those aunties where she gonna be around. There is no such thing as she ain't coming around. Like she gonna tell you, girl, whatever.
When she had, my mama had just told them that I was pregnant with my twin boys, like right before I had them. Lisa was getting. She told me I had a playpen in my cart. I was finna bat them boys.
Period.
I was finna bat them.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Me and my mama was ready. My mama called me weekly, like, you talk to Bria? Yeah, I talked to Bria. Mom, I talked to Bria. And then, when everything happened, I was just like, Mom. My mom is one of those people, she loves you so much, she just feel like she got to be doing something. And I have to really, like, bring her down a couple of notches, like, hey, Hattie, you got to chill. Like, you got to chill. She cool, but, everybody don't grieve the same way. It was easy. Like, I'm not a person that I'm not easily bothered. So, like, 50 people could be in my house and all y'all can do what the fuck y'all want to do, and I can sit there and not be bothered. There are other people that's like, I don't want all these people here. Like, y'all ass gotta go. So, everybody grieving process is different. So, with that, you have to know who processes what and who processes not. So, with that, I guess for you, my next question is, what have you learned? Like, from, and I'm going to give you two ways to answer this. What have you learned from the physical and emotional side, meaning like what you could do, and not, and it could be something so simple as I need to speak up more to these doctors and say,
Absolutely.
you get what I'm saying? I don't want to take your answer, so I'm going to let you answer that. And the other point is, what do you feel like you could do differently from the medical side? Do you feel like maybe do more research on who I'm doing this with, or who, you know, all type of stuff plays roles. And I know me and you talk, don't put your business out there, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like those are two very common and close questions, but they're very different. If you answer them and really think, you get what I'm saying? Think about how they go.
So that's one thing. For one, I know the problem.
Okay,
is that
that's good.
I have an incompetent cervix.
Okay,
which presents its ugly head sometime between 13. It's basically your second trimester. Between 13 to 20 something weeks is when you learn. And my amniotic sacs were rupturing because my cervix would begin to open way before its time. Okay. And so, first of all, definitely advocating with the doctors is something that I tell women, because I'm in a lot of Facebook groups and stuff with women who are currently having their first pregnancy with incompetent cervix complication.
Okay.
And any time that I tell a woman, especially a woman of color,
yes,
I tell them, advocate for yourself. Don't leave that hospital without
the answers that you want.
Do not leave that hospital until they stitch you. Yeah. Because for one, it happens so fast.
Yeah, for you to be there the next day, that's like crazy.
So fast. It escalates. And
yeah.
And then another thing is these doctors want you to go through so many losses before they intervene. I have given birth to 3 babies this year, and just now I had to advocate for myself for them even to do the surgery that I'm getting. Because I had to fight
to hold your babies.
I had to fight the doctor because she wanted me to get pregnant one more time and allow them to do the stitch that's only 60% to get you to viability, which is only 23 weeks, which may leave you with a handicapped child or a child that can't make it past the NICU days. No, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Give me what's 95%. Don't shortstop me and make me risk getting pregnant again and losing another baby.
Right,
because those
now trying to figure out, right, because your failures, yeah. So let me just say this, and I know I'm probably finna piss a lot of people off, and I'm really sorry. I'm not sorry. The medical field is a fucking business. I am a nurse. I am one of the proudest nurses you would meet. I love being a nurse. I love advocating for women and children. They are my heart. They are my everything. That's why I have what I have going on. But the hospital is a business. And it is a business like how you go into Tops and Bottoms, how you go into Nike Town, how you go into Adidas. They want their count. And as long as you're in their bed, they want their count. At what risk?
They don't care.
Sometimes it don't matter. It depends on where you go. Now I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to school y'all on something that people probably won't tell you in the real world. Every hospital has a specialty. You go to Mount Sinai, they're a trauma hospital. You get shot, they're going to save you. You bring your ass in there pregnant, they're going to leave you like they left me. Maybe take this nausea medicine and we'll see. Figure it out. Mario, I was sick a lot of times because I had that hernia. And that hernia pressed upon Mario for a while with my pregnancy. They thought they was going to have to give me a C-section. Well, originally it was an emergency situation. So, and I was in that area. But then when I actually had a decent doctor that was there, and at that point I preferred to be somewhere where somebody already knew what was going on. They were the ones who found the hernia. West Suburban did not, and nor did West Lake. So I was a part of West. Yeah, they're terrible. Fuck them.
They were down. They didn't find my baby for now use on my ectopic.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I was about to say. Like, man, scratch that shit.
Ain't no way in hell you should stay pregnant now with ectopic.
Yeah, no, scratch that shit. Westlake had closed, so and at that point, a lot of they weren't closed when Mario was born. He was like one of them last round of kids, but because when places are going out of business and closing down, their services become limited as to what they can and cannot do. So a lot of my services that I was used to, I had to find elsewhere. So yeah, I say that to say each hospital has their own specialty. You have to know what you're going into and do your research. Rush is one of the only ones in Chicago that is what you consider an all-around hospital. Meaning, they deal with everything.
Rush.
Really?
Is where I had
Yeah. But for the most part, honestly, and I'm not disregarding what you're saying as far as the boys or anything, because that was stupid.
I picked them because I like them all around.
I was about to say, that was kind of a dumb decision. But for the most part, my boys have been in Rush since they was born. And after, of course, they 6 weeks, they follow ups and all of that stuff. When I enrolled them with a pediatrician, my kids have had the same pediatrician. And I plan on letting them stay until they're 18. Dr. Henry Ann is the shit. Dr. Smith is the shit. It is not one thing that goes on with them kids that I don't know about. And if they even think that it's a problem, they send it a text. They don't, no hesitation. And if you catch them on a good day, they're going to put the referral in for that day. You ain't going to leave the hospital without doing it. And see, it's a bridge. So like Rush, for those who have kids, pediatrics, Rush pediatrics, they all shit. There's a bridge. You don't have to leave out the building. It's no excuse. They validate your parking. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? It makes you want to be like, wow, I can trust them. So to have that experience, I'm a little hurt, because I'll be rooting for Rush. They saved my baby life. My baby almost died. They hella bad with my baby. All the way to the one downtown. I took him to Rush Park because we were staying on the Vision. And Mario almost didn't make it. A lot of people don't know that. Mario was like that close. Like my baby almost did not make it. And then for nothing but prayers, he is about to be 9, God willing, in a month and a half. So, looping it back around, doing your research is one of the biggest things. But she said probably the best thing that I've ever heard a black woman say: advocate for your fucking self. Advocate for you. It don't have to be about losing a child. Bond it.
Shawty told me that so bad. Because when I wasn't advocating, and she was on that phone yelling at the doctors.
Like, hey, yeah.
She was on that phone yelling at the doctors. They can't do this. They can't do that. Why they can't?
Right.
And if she would have been there in person, it probably would have been something different.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's another quiet storm that it turned into.
Oh yeah, she definitely. She used to be a quiet storm.
That's what I said. That's another one that turned. That was a quiet storm that turned.
Shout out to my sister.
That's my dog though. So, hey sis. But for real though. So I guess my last question for you is, what is the plan? Like, what do you want for you now after this? Because some people, it takes a toll on people. There are some people, I know 2 people who have had miscarriages and they said, I don't want to do it again. I don't want to go through it again. With circumstances or whatever is going on, I'm choosing not to go that route anymore. It's Pearson like me, I want more kids. I do. I want a couple of more kids. My kids are getting older. They self-sufficient. And I feel like, I do. I want that. I want more kids. I want a family, I want to be that mama with not the soccer mom and the Wagoneer truck.
Period.
It's giving Cadillac vibes. I'm not riding no minivan.
Because that Wagoneer kind of ugly. I want them to work on it.
Nah, that Wagoneer is nice.
I don't like the grill.
I love it.
I don't like the grill.
I'm here.
I want them to work on it.
Cheers to that. I'm here for it.
I want them to work on it.
I'll pull up in a Wagoneer, mind y'all business.
And make the grill like the 2020 G. It's a little, I don't know, it's like too rectangular or something. I like it more.
It is more boxy.
Yeah,
it is. It's very boxy.
It's boxy.
But see, for me, I'm a boxy car type of person. I love the G-Wagon. That is my dream car in the world. I love the G-Wagon.
I don't know what it is about that wide box that's tearing me up. That Wagoneer is a wide
maybe it's box. Because it's bigger.
It's a rectangle and not a square. Once again, that G-Wagon is a square.
Okay. It's given. I feel you.
That G-Wagon is square, but that Wagoneer is
wide. It is big. It is more of a...
That's why I said I would like for them to make it switch back to the 2020 body.
Giving that more rounder grill, like how your nails square rounded.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's giving.
Why y'all playing with me today?
I just wanted to give a little bit more before, like 2024. I need them to go ahead and change that body.
What's the plan, my nigga?
So, if there was no diagnosis for me, I would not want any more kids. But because there is a diagnosis, there is a fix. I'm going to get that fix.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have my children. The fix that I'm getting.
How many do you want? Like total?
Because my body likes to create twins.
So a set of twins, that's
not
two.
A boundary for me. Because I could say I just want two, and then I have 2 more pregnancies. One of them pregnancies is a set of twins. And
then boom, you got 3. Right.
Because now my perfect idea is that
I'm scared of twins.
See, I want twins since I conceived them.
Yeah.
When
I
I found out Dayton and Demir were twins, I was mortified because I was like
2 babies crying, 2
at one time. Like, are you kidding me?
Diaper changes, like, man, I would go crazy.
But you know what's so funny? Deshaun was on house arrest when I found out that they were twins. I had, I don't care. It's full disclosure. That's all.
Oh no, I'm not looking like that. I didn't know that either.
But when I found out they were twins, I had ended up going to the hospital by myself because I had a little bleed.
Okay.
So I went to the hospital and they gave me a little ultrasound. And I'm looking, you know, at the hospital when they give you an ultrasound, they don't tell you that the baby got a heartbeat. They don't tell you none of that. Right. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking and I'm like, it look like she's doing a whole lot of checking right now.
So man, don't take that long for one baby lady.
I'm sitting there and I'm sitting there and I'm looking. It looks like she's doing a whole lot of and she steady telling me to stop breathing because they don't hear the heartbeat. They actually like look at it on the thing.
Right, they see it on the monitor.
She started telling me to stop breathing because she checking a little heart.
She trying to see him.
Yeah. And I'm like, why I gotta stop breathing so many times? Like, what is going on here? And so I tell the lady when she rolling me back up to my room, I'm like, I don't know if I'm tweaking, but I think it's more than one baby on there. And so this was the nurse. And so she comes back a little while later. And she was like, the doctor's going to tell you the rest, but your babies are okay. And I was like, ah!
Babies with 2.
And so I go home. And Deshaun still
we got 2 of them.
Look, he's still asleep. So I go ahead and I tap him.
Not tap. Did you tap him like that?
Something like that. I said, babe, our babies are okay. And he was like, huh? And then he kind of went back to sleep. And then when he woke up the next morning, he was like, hold on, did you say babies? And I said, yeah. He was like, so it's more than one? How many?
It be 2 of them.
He says, it's more than one of them. How many?
Oh, that is so amazing.
And then it was like, when we found out they were both boys, first of all, the nip T sent me off. That's another thing, ladies. Nip T is not valid for twins on the gender side. Nip T is not valid. It will only tell you if there is a male present. Because they started there telling me, oh, it's a 95% chance. It's a boy and a girl. We went to my baby debut. And that lady sitting there, she probed and she like, Nope, I see 2 penises.
Not 2.
And
I cried when I see it.
what?
Man.
I was so sad. I was just like, these my last kids, and they both boys, because I had twins. I'm like, I'm not having no more kids. Like, because it'll be just my luck that I get pregnant with another set of twins. Like,
Yeah,
that's all I felt.
Ooh, shit.
And yeah, and then my last baby, she tried to be a twin too. So it's just, I make twins real bad. Real bad. And that is also another fact. Black women over 30 are 4 times more likely to create twins. So
She dropping a lot of statistics on y'all asses. I hope y'all fucking listen.
I'm a little educated. I do my research.
I went to school and I don't know that name. I don't. You know, they probably did tell us statistics, but honestly, you learn medications. If I'm being honest, you learn diagnosis and medications. That's the biggest part of nursing school. Doctors don't do shit. I don't give a fuck what they tell you. They come in there and tell you some shit we already fucking know. Because we done came in there and did all type of motherfucking triage work to be able to figure that out. We come back with all the symptoms for them to say, oh yeah, that's just a mild bronchitis. Yeah, oh, no shit, Sherlock. I done already gave her a damn inhaler with fucking albuterol. I knew that.
Right, you just gotta sign off on it.
I need you to let this lady go home. But I don't mean to go nursey on y'all. Just saying.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, you know, I think this was great. Did you enjoy yourself?
Of course.
I love this. I love this for her. We praying good prayers. Surgery goes well, and that plan. You know, ladies, we often don't like to share that story and share that experience, but it is something that is, and I think she would agree, it's informative. You never know how your story can tell somebody else. You know, like I said, I never told nobody I lost a baby. I did lose a baby though in 2020. So it was rough. It was rough. You know, I didn't really know what was coming after that. And I didn't really try no more, but you never know what life can bring. So it's me, your girl, Myia Dominique, my baby, Bria, in the building. But we out for the night, and we here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. This is Memoirs and Son, the podcast. Good night.